Hello everyone, it's a very busy morning down at the breach and we've got a lot to talk about actually. A lot of interesting stuff is going on the other side of site. We'll have a fly over there in a second, but first off the wheel dumper's about to go past, so we'll get this and see exactly where this goes. Now, like I say, it should be a very good day for filming, so I'm excited to show you all what's going on. Tell a lie, he is actually going down into this site, so we'll see exactly what he's up to. Now, before we get into it, I'll probably forget if I don't mention it now, do feel free to subscribe, really helps me out and it keeps you guys updated on everything that's going on down here. And once again, thank you for all the support on Buy Me a Coffee and through Super Thanks. I hope that's not too loud for you in the background, but I know that a lot of people like the ambient sound. Now, once this guy's we figured out what's going on here. I am very excited to show you some of the new equipment that's made it onto site, and we'll also get some of this guy working. Tell you what, we'll go over there now whilst we wait for this guy to do a little bit of work. So the actual breach itself, they are filling with I don't know if this is material they've just dug out of site. It looks more clay-like than the stuff we've been used to seeing though, and I'm guessing this is to start building a ramp into the actual breach, so it's much better access for these guys to get in there and start doing the work. There we go. You see what I mean though, where he's pushing some of that stuff forward, it just looks like a better material than the sand we're used to seeing in the breach, in all honesty. There we go. Now, doesn't look like they've done too much of that work this morning, but we'll go and have a much closer look shortly of exactly what's going on there. Now, whilst he does a little bit more of that, I'll turn around and see exactly what the wheel dumper's doing. If I can find it. There it is. So it's refilling that. So this is a water tank used by the drilling crew. I think it's just to aid in their drilling operations, whether it's used as lubricant or something like that, I'm not too sure. So, tell you what, once we've got a spare second, we'll go and have a look at the new thing, the new toy, if you will. So, I don't exactly know where it is, but I do know that that's what brought it onto site. There we go, and I believe, well, I'm guessing, that will take it out of sight as well, maybe today, or maybe it'll be, well, I know it's here tomorrow, I believe, anyway. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. Now, there we go. So, we'll go and get a much closer look in a second. I'll just make sure I'm all clear of drones, which I am. So, this is a ground-penetrating radar unit. Now, if anyone has any insider knowledge or anything on this piece of machinery, do give us a shout, but it's very interesting, I must say. I believe this is, well, you know, what it says on the tin, if you will, just using a radar to see exactly what's going on underneath the surface. So yeah, I don't think it's too surprising to see it over here either. Now, I'll get an idea for you exactly where the other culvert is as well, so I do wonder if they're going to do some work with that above this, maybe, but yeah, it's certainly interesting work. Now, it's a shame that we can't really see too much more with it, but yeah, we'll do our best, and like I say, I'll try and get as much information for you related to this piece of machinery as well. It's certainly not like anything I've ever seen before, but I'll tell you what, let's be cheeky, let's go and have a look from above, because I see it's got a glass top, so I do wonder what we can find out by having a quick look in. But yeah, I bet it's some very expensive machinery as well. So we'll go here, I'll go down a little bit as well. There we go, and see if we can see anything. Oh, I don't really know. If anyone's got any bright ideas of what we're looking at there, then do feel free to drop a comment. I can't really make too much sense of it myself, but to be fair, it is above my pay grade. So we'll have another look at the work going on inside of the breach, because, well, it's what we're all here for. It's what we're all here for. Now, you see there, the drill has moved spots. If anyone didn't see yesterday's video, they have moved it to the, well, from this side it's the left-hand side, but from where we usually fly from, it's the right-hand side. Now, I'll get a few more of this excavator dropping stuff into the breach. Now, I don't think this is actual like long-term structure. I'm guessing this is mostly just, like I say, getting that ramp down into the actual breach so they can get the machinery inside of the actual breach itself. Now, we'll wait and see if this is the material that they're using to... Oh, a little bit of smoke or dust there. Yeah, I'm guessing this isn't going to be a long-term material, more just, like I say, doing that ramp. So I'll do my best to get a nice angle here. Now, I've got to be careful of all the trees and things, but we'll do our best. There we go. Now, I'll also get a little closer in a little bit, but I'll wait for the light to get a little nicer as well. Now, like I say, it's always a little bit more challenging here than most places, just because there are a lot of drones in the sky, so you've got to be extra careful, but that's not a bad thing really. I'm going to make sure I can still see my drone. A little gap in the hedge, aiding out. There we go, nice and easy. So we've discussed this as well, but they've oh, there we go, that is cool. I'm guessing that's the furthest anyone's seen the actual excavator go into the breach so far. So I'm glad we got to capture this. I was working early this morning, so this is the earliest I could get down here, but yeah, thankfully made it in time for a lot of the work. And to be fair, it should be a very busy week all round, so I'm not too worried about that. There we go. Now, I found out yesterday through a very nice comment explaining what hype is. So if you could hype the video, that would be greatly appreciated as well. By the sounds of it, it certainly helps out the channel and allows more people to see the videos, so that's always greatly appreciated. Now, I can't imagine this is going to be easy work, actually, getting that excavator up that slippy bank, whilst he's also not able to use the bucket. Certainly a challenge. There we go. So it looks like they're just trying their best to remove all that piling. Now, I'm surprised we haven't heard the wheel dumper go past just yet with the water tank on the back of it, although I don't think it'll be too long, thankfully. There we go, snap that piece in half, makes his life a lot easier. Now, actually, how much is left in there? A little bit, but not too bad. Now, we saw on Friday a lot of the metalwork has already been removed from the breach. That happened later on Friday. I left around 1 o'clock-ish. So he's having to use his bucket there just to help him get out. It's certainly not the easiest of conditions, and you can tell even from the drone that it was tilted a fair bit. So I'd imagine he'll have no just grabbing that from there. Oh, I'll just return the track a little bit by the look of it. There we go, nice and easy. Now, whilst he's doing that, I'm just going to quickly look this way as well. I'll see if I can see myself as well, because I know that people always worry about line of sight, and I can see my drone. Hey, there's me. Hey, there's me. So yeah, I can see my drone, even though it is may not look like it. So has he got it just yet? Certainly has. can hear some mice in the hedge. I don't know what it is with this hedge, but it's full of mice and you always see them running past. It's scared Terry a few times. But to be fair, it's had me a few times. Like you're peering through the hedge looking at the drilling rig, and then all of a sudden just a mouse runs in front of your face. There we go. So we'll also have a look exactly where this guy takes all this. Now I can see a sparrowhawk just flying over the top of me and a buzzard in the background, so I'll be extra careful with them. Now I'm guessing with all this work, the water that is making it through those two cofferdams must be going somewhere. So I'm guessing it's redirected this way, or not. No idea. It might just be going, seeping through, I'm guessing. It isn't a lot of water that makes its way through, so I'm not too worried about that. But now I'm just going to have a quick look, make sure that there's nothing below me. So if I do need to go slightly further down, I can do. Yeah, we're all good. It's mainly the drones I'm keeping the eye out for. So, they are just grabbing material from there by the look of it. Yeah, why not? Why not? Does the job. It certainly does do the job. Now I can hear the old wheel dumper going again. Oh, so he wasn't bringing that back up to refilling it. He was just moving it between sites. That makes more sense, actually. I don't know why they didn't just use the track dumper for that, though. You know, it's on site. And, yeah, it's right there. We'll have a better look at that later, but whilst there's work going on, I'll focus on this. There we go. So he's got his next slot there. And since we're over this end as well, I'll have a quick view from the new radar unit. Oh, come on. All right, well, we'll have a look from this way if we can. See exactly where it is. You can see someone in there. It's a bit secretive as well, you know, putting the door that direction. Now, I'm sure they're not doing that on purpose, but certainly looks like it, you know, certainly looks like it. I'll have a Google later on and try and find a YouTube video or something on exactly how it works, or try and ask one of the workers. Because, yeah, it's certainly interesting. It's one of those pieces of machinery that when I heard about it, I was like, I just didn't expect anything like that, you know. It's not like a track dumper or a wheel dumper where it's like, yeah, that makes sense. So, we'll go over here whilst we've got a spare second. Now I'll go nice and high just to get above everyone. And we'll have a look what's going on over here. Now you'll hear the wheel dumper in the background. It's about to come back up, so I'll get that on film in a second. Now, it's all looking very smooth over there, so I'm guessing that's been freshly rolled. And has it got finer material over the top as well? Looks like it might do. Might do. But we'll go and have a closer look later, but whilst there's work going on over here, I'll focus on this. And I'll also focus on this. It's just closing the gate, so I'll give him a couple seconds. Now I'll try and keep the camera moving as still as I can, or as slow as I can. But of course, if there's a lot going on, then I'll have to be a little quicker. Now hopefully with that mud rolling down there, it gives you an idea that it's still quite a steep little bank that they've got going on. But the wheel dumper's coming out, so I'll get you some filming of this. Just making its way past Joe's boat now. I'll zoom out a little bit here just so I don't have to worry about Joe's number plate as well. I think we're alright actually. So you see one of the drones there. I always find it interesting to film. There we go. Alright, I'll leave you to it. So typically I left you to it for a minute and he made his way back down in the breach. and looks like he dumped that right there, but I will not miss the next one, I promise you. It's a very nice day. Now, I'll always point out the weather when it's nice and try and avoid it when it's not so nice, but as you can tell there, it's certainly making the breach look even, well, I was going to say even better, but it's scenic around here. That's what I'll go with. Now, I do hope he's quick with this next one, and if he is, I'll go down nice and low and get you a good angle. I'm just going to double check that I am indeed in the middle. I certainly am. So that tree to my left is a little concerning, but it'll be absolutely fine. So I'll shoot down now. There we go. Nice and easy. So I'm just going to go down nice and slow now, with the wheel dumper in the background. So I'm just going to make sure I can still see my drone. I certainly can. There we go. So it looks like he's pushing a lot of that material as well. So he's not just heightening the edge, he's also taking that top side down. There we go. Now, I'd imagine he'll do a little bit of smoothing work now. You can see there as well on the right hand side, the little parts are still giving way, but thankfully I don't think that'll be an issue for too much longer. Now, I'll wait for him to move off, and then I'll stop recording and I'll bring you back when there's a little more progress. But I could certainly get used to mornings like this. It's such a busy morning, and hopefully, well, by the sound of it, it'll be like this all week. Now, once he's stopped, I'll come and land and I'll bring you back when there's a little more progress. So I've got you a little bit of a different angle here, and hopefully this gives you an idea of just how much work they have been doing. So this is looking very different to how we have been seeing it. We go a little bit further left, just to keep away from that tree. But yeah, the smaller excavator, this is the 9-ton, is perfectly suited for this job. It's really ideal. It's not too big that it's annoying, and but yeah, it's just good. You know, it's small enough that it can turn around, get in these tight little areas, but also big enough that it's not taking absolutely ages to do all the work. So this is where the radar unit is compared to the breach from where we're usually seeing it, and I don't think it'll be too long with this fresh material and the sun being out and it being a little bit breezy, that material will dry off and look like the rest of the material that we're used to seeing. It's all very light over there now, so hopefully this guy goes back into the breach shortly, but in the meantime we'll have a look at what's going on over here as well. So someone is in the larger excavator, but it's not working just yet. So whether they're waiting for deliveries or anything like that, I'm not too sure, but I'm sure it won't be too long until we find out, thankfully. So you see the bog mats there, all looking very nice as well. So he's just started making his way back in, and thankfully I think this will be a nice angle as well. Now for the next one, I think I might go into the field on the right hand side and get an angle from that side. So he's just going over now, and I'll put my wind protector on in a second if it is a little bit windy. I do apologise, but I'll sort that out shortly. So he is doing very well. Nice quick work. You know, if you told me this kind of work was going on, I would have thought it'd take them ages, but it's still early and they've got a lot done. They really have got a lot done. So I'll let this guy pick up again, and then once again I'll bring you back. But yeah, these are the best days down the breach. They really are. Plenty of progress being made, lots of interesting work going on, and new things turning up. Now once again, I'll tell you what, I'm getting to the bottom of your battery now, so I'll make the most of the rest of this one, and we'll go and have a good look at what's going on over here. There we go. So looks like there's two guys over there now. It's very interesting work, but yeah, fingers crossed we'll get a closer look at that at some point. I'll certainly try my best. Now, give you a quick spin round, and I'll come over this way, come a bit closer to us, and for the last bit of battery, I'll try and get an angle from this side. Now it's nice as well because the drilling rig has obviously moved spots, so I can come right here and not have to worry about flying over the top of anyone. There we go. So it's just getting the last bit of that piling out. Oh, it's actually not the last bit, but it's close. It is close. So there we go. Awesome work to capture on film. And you see the work they did on Friday, emptying where Sefton was. It has worked really well. It's quickly drying up, only the last bit at the bottom that's still a bit moist, but that's not from water coming down, that's just a bit of water retaining in there in the soil, but it's already drying out massively. Was that the first hit? I think it might have been, certainly was. So I'll tell you what, I'll come and land and I'll bring you right back. So the drilling is back underway, and we've been more than used to seeing this work in action, so I won't film it too much, but just doing the usual there, you know, using that little bit of a crowbar to empty those slats where the collection happens. So this is the collection bit that anyone isn't aware, I won't spend too long, but that bit is just used to collect the samples. You can tell there it's not going very deep at all, they have only just started. But yeah, that's the actual bit that pulls the material back out of the hole before they crack on with the main bit of getting deeper into the ground. So I'll leave that for a second and we'll go and have a look what else is happening. So you can see there the little excavator just making that path into sight. Now, I'm not sure what this is going to be used for, but like I say, there's always a reason why they do these works, so I'd imagine in the coming days we'll certainly find out, and I'm very excited to see what that might be. Now, I'm sure we all want to see some work going on inside the actual breach itself. It's certainly what I'm most looking forward to at this point. That, as well as the crane, you know, actually lifting. I'm guessing it's concrete sections. Eventually, lifting those into place will be awesome to see. Really awesome to see. So, fingers crossed. At one point, we'll get to see that. Now, real quick, I'll try and get you an idea. Just I'll look for it for a second longer, and if I can't see it, tell you what, I'll let you go and I'll bring you back. So you can see there in shot, Josh has got his new drone down here. He's got one like ours now, so I'm sure that'll help him out a lot too. So always nice to see that people are upgrading their equipment. It's certainly made a difference to my channel, so fingers crossed it helps him out too. Now we'll get a little bit more of this work from this side. Now, with him being about, I'll make sure that I stay nice and high out of his way. You know, he was up first, so it's only fair. But yeah, it's certainly interesting work. Now, I'll let him crack on a little bit more, and then we'll have a overlook around site, see exactly what else is going on. So the larger excavator, surprisingly hard word to say, especially after you've said it 20 times in a morning. You know, the 21st time usually can be quite a difficult one, but my attention once again is drawn to this. It's just such an interesting piece of kit. You know, my mic's falling, sorry about that, but yeah, it's certainly an interesting piece of kit, and fingers crossed we get a closer look at it as it moves around site. With this piece of kit as well, you guys will have to tell me in the comments, you know, how many areas do you think it'll do? You know, is it going to be a case of it'll do 4 and then go, or do you reckon it'll have to do 200? I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. So if anyone's had any past experience or knowledge with ground penetrating radar units, then do feel free to give us a shout. I don't know if it would just be a matter of it shoots straight down as well, or whether it has more of a cone radar, so it can see a bit of a wider area the deeper it goes. Yeah, not sure, but I'll try and find out for you, and if anyone does know, then do feel free to give us a shout. So he's getting that area nice and smoothed off. Like I say, there's got to be a reason they're doing all this, but hopefully I don't think it'll be too long until we find out. Unless it is just the case where they're just doing this, you know, in readiness, because it will have to be done at some point for the breach to be dug out. So we'll see. Now I'll have another quick look. Sorry about any quick movements, and we'll see what's going on with the drilling guys. So I'll come a bit closer to me. There you go. So like I say, there's a... So they are switching, well, not switching, but adding another outer casing on now. Just greasing those threads up, and then they'll do like we've usually seen, you know, just attach that to the other one and then hammer that down into the ground. So whilst it's gone a little quieter, I'll do the same again and I'll bring you right back. So they're properly back underway again, and they're making quick progress of it all. I don't exactly know where they're getting all this material from, unless they're just taking it off and then using it. Them go anywhere else with it, unless the wheel dumper is bringing it over. Maybe. Oh, there we go. So the work over that side is also getting underway by the look of it. Now that's the finer stone, and they're using that to put that top layer on over the top of the turnaround point. So in a second we'll go and have a look at them doing that side of the work, but most importantly we'll get this guy. So I'm sure you can hear the drill in the background there as well. Now I'm sure a lot of you will agree that it looks very different now. The water is out of the bottom, where Sefton was, you know, I can barely recognise it. It's it just looks so different, and there's something about that little puddle in the bottom that was quite iconic in a way. So just a little scoop at a time. They've got to get more material in to get it to the level they'd want, I'd imagine. But with the angle that it's currently at, I'm sure it'll take quite a lot of material actually to get anything right into the centre or near there anyway. But I'll tell you what, we'll leave him to it for a second and we'll go and film the work over on this side. See, there as the van's leaving and the wheel dumper is dumping that stone. So let's go and have a proper look. Now, we've talked about banksmen a lot, with there needing to be a guy on the back side of the bucket. That, I believe, is only when they're digging into the ground. So when they're digging into like a pile like this, and then there's no cables or gas lines, anything like that, I don't believe they need a banksman then. It's only when they're digging into the ground. So you see there as well, the nice feature of the wheel dumper is that it can dump to the sides as well as to the front, so he doesn't even need to turn really. You can just back up, tip it to the side, and then do the same again. Nice easy work. But you can see there the capacity of the wheel dumper is actually quite a lot. It's a very large bucket that the 20-ton excavator has got on it, and you know, I'd imagine he'll take a good 3 buckets, I guess. Oh, 2, definitely 2. He can get a little bit more in there. So yeah, it's definitely a handy piece of kit, and certainly larger than it looks from the drone. You know, the drone does have a tendency to make things look smaller than they are. No jokes there. So yeah, it's a lot bigger of a piece of equipment than you might expect. Now that's the same with the track dumper as well. It is a massive piece of machinery. It certainly is. So we'll have a look this way. Now there, actually that's a better idea. So that's a full-size lorry there, and you can see that the track dumper is comparable to the front of it at least. Now we'll come back over this way and have a look. It's they've done a good job on widening it and also getting that left-hand side support. It looks real nice. Now I thought they'd be doing pilings and things, but I'm guessing that's not the case, unless they're just not doing it yet. I'd imagine that might also be the case, because I would have thought it's quite a steep bank. Once again, it doesn't really come across on the drone, but I'd imagine it is a very steep bank indeed. It certainly looks like it. Now, whilst this guy cracks on, I'll bring you back when there's a little more to look at. So maybe that answers the question on where he's getting all the stuff from. I think he's just literally digging as he's going along and then using that material, which makes sense. It's certainly the easiest way of doing it. Like we talked about, I don't think it'll be a permanent structure. So yeah, certainly makes sense. And then I'd imagine when they do it properly, it'll be, well, similar to what we've been seeing all across site. So he's just taken some more material into the breach again. And once again, I'm very happy I've been able to capture this work. It's certainly very interesting looking, and certainly quick progress. Now I'll get him coming up once again, and then tell you what, whilst we're here, we'll have a quick look at the drilling guys. Let's not neglect them too much, but I'd imagine they'll be on that hole for another 4 or 5 days now. That's similar to what we've been seeing them do across site. So once again, when there's a little more progress, I'll bring you back. So it's been a little while since the last clip, and as you can tell, they're really cracking on. Now we'll go and have a look exactly what's going on over on this end as well. We've been neglecting it slightly, so let's go and have a closer look. Now, if any wind is suddenly making its way through, I'll have to apologise. Every time I get the drone up, it starts getting windy. You know, it's a false sense of security. I feel like I don't need the wind protector, and as soon as the drone gets up, it all of a sudden goes bad. But yeah, I'd say they're about a quarter of the way. You can see where the geogrid goes up to is done past that point. It's only a thin layer, so it doesn't take much at all, and all this stuff will be rolled in no time, I'm sure. I'd imagine this work will all be done today, in readiness for a big day tomorrow. So we'll have another look around this end. There we go. So they're just getting that levelled off real nice. Now I'm the only droner down here now, so it's nice easy flying, not having to worry about crashing into anyone else. So it looks like there's some bigger chunks in there as well, which isn't ideal, but hey, they'll be fine. There's a lot of little bits of gravel and stuff left over from where they were, well, from the old track location. So there's the new piece of kit as well. Still looks cool. It's such an unusual machine, such an unusual machine. You see there, it's got the little parts where it fixes it to the ground as well. I'm sure that's required for the type of work it's doing. Certainly want it nice and stable. So we'll go and have a nice closer look at the actual work they've done today as well. They've made great progress. It's all looking very different, but yeah, very nice to see. Now I will leave to it. We've had a very busy morning down here, and like I say, it'll be a great day tomorrow, so do keep an eye out for that. So appreciate your time, everyone. Have a great day.